What's up, good people? It's your boy Carcino here. And yesterday I did a video that caught a lot of people's attention late. It was about Kyrie Irving and the fact that he was being followed. And I wanted to bring it to the light so that the people could understand and know that there is, in the situation that's out there, is that the information was wrong that most people had. And I wanted to make sure I give people the proper appropriation, because I clearly stated we did not know who the person was or the group that was following Kyrie Irving in that video. So the people felt like, dude, you can't just say that. Can't just throw something like that out there, but just say we don't know who. And as I told you, it's not like Kyrie Irving is like he's just out here moving wrong. And no, we're putting it to the attention of the people so that the people can know what's going on. Kyrie Irving is very aware that he's being followed. It's not what you guys think, like he's being followed and he doesn't know. And oh my God, no, it's not that. This was to alert you guys about what's going on here. Now that that's done, I want to come in and talk about the issues that need to be talked about. But first, my Cash App is Carcino. It says it right there in the banner. For those who wanted to, like yesterday, somebody said I wanted to donate. I don't know how. I don't know. You don't have the super chat working for you. Definitely use the Cash App, which is Carcino. It says it right there. So that'll help you. And thank you for all those who has it up the Cash App. Appreciate it. Now, here's the news. Thank you for liking the video. Appreciate that. Shouts out to everybody who's catching this on Premiere, who's in the chat right now. Now, here's the news. As we made that video, a lot of you thought like it was over. Like we just went to sleep or something. Like, it's okay, go to bed. Nope. We didn't go to bed. You know what we did? We went to work. We want to find out who or why are people following Kyrie Irving. That's what we wanted to do. Because it wasn't making sense to us. So if it's not making sense to us, it shouldn't be making sense to anyone else in the world. I want to know whose hand is on the handle that's whacking us over the head. You understand? So, excuse me for wanting to know and investigate to let you guys know what's going on to your brother, who this has probably happened to others. Now, there are many who don't seem to understand the plight of how dangerous this really is. But to find your answers, you got to go back to the beginning. Because we're not stupid. We all know what was going on when Kyrie Irving did not take the vaccine shot. Everybody in New York held up signs saying, "Stand with Kyrie." From white, Jewish, black, they wanted Kyrie Irving to play. But because of his popularity, Kyrie Irving Kyrie Irving was basically what you would call the face of anti-vax, right? They made him that. He didn't make himself that. He never labeled himself as that. He came in focused on trying to do one thing: play basketball. That was it. The state of New York, who is definitely all the way left, Democratic liberals, they made this a situation. They made this an obstacle. The NBA said, hey, we're okay with people's right to play. It's not us, it's the city of New York. And we all know how that went. Without rhyme or reason, without sense being made. Right? So the judge ruled that that was unconstitutional recently. And the ban was lifted because Major League Baseball was like, hey, you're not going to sit the Yankees down. Or we're going to go play our games in Tampa. So all of a sudden, the ban was lifted. So that meant Kyrie Irving could play. And it looked like Kyrie Irving won. And the liberals wanted to make an example out of Kyrie Irving. Now, they attacked him in the media using all of their pundits, tried to make any controversy they can. Teammates didn't like him, his attitude. They even went as far as to say he had a yacht party where no black girls were allowed. They're bringing up old things that people were saying about Kyrie Irving. So when there was a protest going on about the anti-vax, the mandate protesters were out there and they was holding up signs in Kyrie Irving's name because they needed someone to be the face of this anti-vax. And they selected Kyrie Irving when he was just standing up for himself, his body as an individual. He says he needs more information. He never said, I won't take it. He just said, I need more information before I take it. That's all he said. But once again, his words were twisted. Now, over the past 3-4 weeks, we've been seeing this play out over and over again with all these different narratives. And each narrative is much more dangerous than the next. So in the video I did prior, I was saying we don't know who the people were that were after Kyrie Irving. We don't know if it was the NBA. We don't know if it's the ADL, JDL. We don't know who was following Kyrie Irving. I stated that because we didn't. But now I do. Kyrie Irving is being followed by the New York Orthodox Jews. Mainly from the Crown Heights neighborhoods of Brooklyn. Some near Jersey City, but mainly there in the Rockland County community. They want to monitor where he goes to eat, who he's meeting with or mingling with. And many of them have ties to a town called Muncie. Now, if you remember, I think this is a little bit ago, there was an incident that happened in Muncie where a black man by the name of, what was his name? Grafton Thomas. I think that was his name, Grafton Thomas. Believe it was him. He went on a rampage with a machete, and 5 Jewish people were attacked during their Hanukkah celebration. A rabbi and all of these things happened in like a little strip mall area in Muncie, New York. And they took this black guy, he was black, he is black rather, and told him that he was trying to change everything systematically. And that this guy was a Muslim and Israelite. They're doing everything to tie this to Kyrie Irving and to the Israelites. But what they're not telling you is that Grafton Thomas suffers from mental illness, bipolar, schizophrenia, and wasn't even clear. Wasn't even, he was cleared by the defense, the judge, everybody knows that this man is not even mentally competent to stand trial. And they want to make it sound like this guy had an agenda to start a whole war with the Jewish community. That this was an orchestrated plan because he attacked 5 people who all lived. And this, as bad as an act of it is, And I would hate to have anybody go through something like that. But I don't think anyone who would randomly do what this person has done was an orchestrated attack. When it was clear he wasn't even competent. When they tried to review him, he don't even remember all of the attack that happened. So my thing is, why is a real estate investor so interested in Kyrie Irving from West Egg Development? Why are y'all so interested in Kyrie Irving? Hmm? Your office is in Great Neck, New York. Why are you so invested in the Kyrie Irving? You're about research development. Why is Kyrie Irving so much your concern? Yeah, we know who's been followed him. I'll let the people on the Patreon know how we found out and what this was all about. That's how we found out. Many of you don't realize that this is a bigger scenario than what people expected. So you want to try to tie Kyrie Irving to the Hebrew Israelites that came outside. You want to blame Hebrew Israelites and make it look as if everybody who's a Hebrew Israelite is responsible for every Hebrew Israelite that's out there. There's thousands of Hebrew Israelites, which I hate to say that word because basically they're just Israelites, period. Now, you want us to believe that everybody who's Jewish is just the same Jewish person. There's not different type of Jews, Jewish people rather. That everybody is the same. No, they're not. It's like saying all Christians are the same. The Protestants and the Baptists are different than the Catholics and everyone else, right? They're all different. But if you're an Israelite, you're Israelite from this group, you're responsible for what this Israelite group did over there. Kyrie Irving never classified himself as an Israelite. These people have not even contacted. They have spoken and said, we have not contacted and had contact with Kyrie Irving. They had a permit to be out there to do what they were doing. So it was legally in their right to do the protest that they were doing out there in support for Kyrie Irving committing no violence whatsoever to anyone. But again, this is trying to be turned into a hate crime, and it's attacking all Jewish people, and they're under attack. Stop trying to attach Kyrie Irving to things because he has a big name and he plays in the NBA. He's a man of faith and a man of peace. Do you know what the word peace means? That means he's not about promoting violence. He's never promoted it. He's never condoned it. From the very beginning, he spoke and you did not listen. You took from what he said and made it what you wanted to say. From the very beginning, he told you guys when you asked about it. There are some things in there that he didn't agree with. And he said that from the very beginning. There's things in the documentary that I don't really agree with everything that's in the documentary. So he's letting you know right now, there's things in there I don't agree with, but there's some parts in there you can see. How many times you saw a movie that, well, you'd be like, oh, the movie wasn't all that, but this part here you should see. You should see this part. So if you suggest to somebody, here, check this part out, or here, this is a movie here, just check this out. The movie ain't all that, but it's a scene in here that you're going to like, or this is something about you that you can relate to, something that might relate to you. He just put the link out there. And y'all want this dude to carry a cross and get stoned and walk all the way to the doggone crucifixion. But why are y'all doing it? It's not going to work. You can keep trying. Follow all you want. Do all the garbage you want. It's not working. Kyrie Irving does not know Grafton Thomas. He hasn't donated any money to him. Everything. Trying to find a motive. Mentally messed up. Well, I don't agree with any kind of hate against any group. But don't try to market an attack to make it something that it isn't. Those poor people who was trying to celebrate their religion of Hanukkah, those Jewish people who was trying to celebrate in the rabbi's home, who was viciously attacked by someone with mental illness. That doesn't make him a Muslim. That does not make him an Israelite. That does not mean that that man is connected to Kyrie Irving. So why are you following Kyrie Irving? That's the question I want to know. Why is there a real estate investor involved in this who doesn't even watch basketball? Or well, I don't know. Well, I'll say don't post about basketball. He's in the real estate business. Hmm? Hit the like button, good people. Mm-hmm. Well, oh, the name. Oh, I'm gonna give everybody name. Isn't that right, Mr. Swartz? Mr. Rosenberg, not the one that's on radio. This is a female. So why are real estate agents and directors of education in the Jewish community following Kyrie Irving? Hmm. Trust me, it's a darker situation than what we know. So I'm gonna let you know how I came about all this information, and we're gonna give you the names. And we're gonna give you everything that's been going on the Patreon. So stay tuned. This is gonna get a lot more interesting because we want answers to these questions. We wouldn't just say it to be saying it for attention to keep things going. No, you're keeping it going. We just bringing it to the light. So now all the little stuff y'all doing in the dark is being exposed because you thought y'all was slick, but you was already spotted. They already know. So you might as well tell them to go and put their uniform back on. We know why. We all know why now, right? Y'all looking for any little piece of information y'all could find to link something to Kyrie Irving, which is sick. So you can try to tie him in connection with like it's a hate group. Just to fit your narrative. Using people's trauma and pain for your own personal agenda is sick, because you victimize everybody who were and are victims. There's no difference than women out here claiming they've been assaulted, knowing that they haven't, but doing it for attention, taking away from the people and using the other people's pain, other women and or other people who have went through these attacks. You're making a mockery of them when you do that, but they don't care. It's all about what they want. It's all self-centered. They need the light on them. They need the attention on them. It's part of a sickness. This is the same thing. Instead of calling something at face value for what it is, you try to turn it into a worldwide epidemic to get attention to a cause that you're fighting for that has nothing to do with this. But let's keep pulling layers back of lies so that we can try to find some thread so we can have something woven to where it connects, where we all know it's bull. So, on that note, thank you to everybody that subscribed to the page. Thank you to everybody that liked the videos. And yes, we will give you the information and you'll know what I mean. And we'll give you more details on the Patreon. I guarantee you that. That's why they really hate the Patreon. Because they was like, man, why can't you all put it here? So what, y'all can shut it down? No, we're going to do it the right way. I'm out.